So we are going to be discussing the Kansas City Chiefs signing Justyn Ross. Now, before we get into the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and let's jump right into the video. So the Kansas City Chiefs were able to sign undrafted free agent Justyn Ross out of Clemson. Now, he's a 6'4", 205-pound wide receiver. Now, this guy, he's getting a lot of buzz because he was not taken in this year's draft, falling to having to become an undrafted free agent. Now, there is a reason behind this, and it's not because of his talent. The dude is insanely talented. He was an absolute stud at Clemson. He has a history of injuries. Now, that is the reason why he fell out of the draft. And the injuries were probably very concerning to a lot of teams, even though he's been medically cleared to play football again. But again, I can understand why some of these injuries would be concerning for some of these teams to want to pick him up. In 2020, he missed the entire season because of a congenital fusion in his neck and spine area, and he had to have surgery to repair that. And he also had a stress fracture in his foot, missing 3 games this past season. So he does have a history of injuries, and like I said, that's probably the reason why he wasn't drafted, and it's going to scare away a lot of teams because of those injuries. But if we're looking past those injuries, this dude is an absolute stud. And if he makes a 53-man roster, he's going to be a great wide receiver for the Chiefs. I really like what I saw out of him from Clemson. The dude is an athletic freak. He has insane get-up ability. He can climb the ladder like no other. He has sweet and really good hands. The dude was an absolute playmaker his first 2 years in college. His freshman year was just nuts. In his freshman year, he only had 46 receptions and had 1,000 yards, but he averaged 21.7 yards per reception and 19 touchdowns. That came back in 2018 during his freshman year. So the dude was known right out of the gate at Clemson in his freshman year. The dude was putting up great numbers. In his first 2 years of college, he had 1,865 yards, 17 touchdowns in just his first 2 years alone. So the dude was producing at a high rate that he probably was on track to be one of these first-round wide receivers taken if it wasn't for one of these injuries. And I really do think that with his talent and with his skills, the Chiefs taking a chance on him, he might be able to make the 53-man roster this next season. Now, he's obviously going to have to show things in training camp. He's going to have to show in the preseason that he can still play at a great level. But from what I've seen and what he did in college, the dude was a stud at college. He was great for Clemson. And all I can think of is Brett Veach did it again. This is a guy that was projected probably to be a higher round draft pick. The injuries got the best of him, and he wasn't able to be taken in this year's draft. Brett Veach takes a chance on him, and it may work out to the Chiefs' benefit. There's a lot of upside to this signing. I'm not saying that he'll make the 53-man roster. He may be a practice squad guy at some point. We don't know what he's actually going to do and what he's going to give to this team. But the signing is low risk, high reward kind of signing. The talent is there. It's the injuries that are going to probably scare the Chiefs a little bit. They want to make sure that he stays healthy. And if he stays healthy, he's going to be a great player for the Chiefs. And again, Brett Veach didn't take him himself in this draft. Nobody took him. 32 teams passed on him in this year's draft. Brett Veach obviously sees something in this guy and wants to give this guy a chance, and I really like the signing, and I really do hope that if what he did his freshman and sophomore year in college translates to the NFL, yeah, this Chiefs receiving core is going to be just fine. But those are my thoughts on the Chiefs signing undrafted free agent Justyn Ross out of Clemson. Give me your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next one.